What's up, guys? Andrew Acevedo here, back with another video, another stream, and we're back with a little bit of NBA content. I'm really not an NBA guy. I don't make content about the NBA, but I am a huge Knicks fan. Was on Frank About Sports' channel when we did the Knicks playoff game, and the Knicks kind of made a little move not little move, a pretty big move. Obviously free agency started on Monday, and they re-signed. We'll talk about it. Noel, Alec Burks signed Evan Fournier, brought him in, and obviously gave Derrick Rose an extension. But the big news of today, waking up this morning, that the OKC Thunder are going to buy out former All-Star point guard Kemba Walker, and he's going to make his homecoming back to New York, back to MSG. And Kemba Walker is going to be the new starting point guard for the New York Knicks. Yes, it's a different Knicks hat. I couldn't find my other Knicks hat I usually wear in videos. I don't know where it is, but got the other Knicks hat back. But let's just talk about the Knicks offseason so far. Pretty solid offseason. Again, signed Derrick Rose a big extension, 3 years, $43 million, about $14 million per season. Evan Fournier is the big deal. That's the bigger contract a lot of fans aren't loving. We have him for 4 years, $78 million, but the fourth year is a team option. What's up, Louis? What's going on? What we got here? Saw your comment earlier. I like the move. If we didn't sign Fournier because we have no cap space. Yeah, I mean, rather sign Oubre, good 3-and-D player, could have been cheaper. What did Oubre? Didn't Oubre sign for I forgot where he signed for 3 years, I think. But pretty much, I don't like the Fournier deal. I wish they could have got him. I'm not against the Fournier. I know what they're trying to do. It's pretty much upgrading from Reggie Bullock to Fournier. So again, it's an expensive deal, but look at it as a 3-year deal. And if he sucks, he's not going to have the fourth year. So look at it as 3 years, $58 million instead of 4 years and 78. So I guess that's kind of what I can say to give you if you don't love the deal. But yeah, he's a better 3-point shooter than Bullock. Not better defensively. Bullock was definitely a better defender than Fournier. But the Knicks needed some offense. That's the Mets. Knicks just needed some more offense, and Fournier could provide that. Alec Burks brought him back 3. He does have no defense. That's a fact. But I guess they finally decided, you know what? Tired of playing these games where they're averaging 80 points a game. They wanted to bring in some offense, and that's what Kemba is going to provide, and Fournier is going to provide some extra offense. Alec Burks is brought back on a 3-year, $30 million deal, $10 million per. I love that. Again, one of those that had a really good playoffs, a really good season for the Knicks. Just provided some scoring off the bench, 3-point shooting. And I guess kind of the deal I don't love, Nerlens Noel, 3 years at $32 million, about $10.5 million per year. Not the best. I don't love it for backup center, but Mitch is always hurt, so Noel's probably gonna get some starts, a bunch of starts. It's a good backup to have for the Knicks, but just I don't love the contract for a guy who can't shoot. But the spacing has definitely improved. Obviously now with Kemba Walker, I think it's gonna be the terms of the deal still haven't come out yet because he has to clear waivers, and then he will sign with the Knicks after the buyout from OKC. But it looks like to be a 1-year, $8 million deal. Facts. Kemba's going to exactly, Louis. This is a big thing. We brought Broadway Kemba, brought him back to his UConn days, back in the Garden, and the Knicks needed a point guard. Derrick Rose right now going to be the starter. Boomer, what's up, man? What's going on? Now you can put D Rose back in that 6-man role. What do we got here? I like Noel. I think he's much better Ooh, that's a little hot, spicy take. But yeah, Noel is one of the guys that in a Tibbs system, he's just gonna guard the rim and just it provides you the guy in the middle who are just gonna protect the rim at all costs. And also the Knicks did get better shooting. Kemba's a really good shooter. He's about 36% for 3. Fournier is a 41% shooter from 3. So the Knicks now have a little more spacing with RJ and Julius, so now gives a little more space for RJ to work, a little more space for Julius to work. Because what's it called is going to be going for lobs, Noel for lobs, but also now you have some shooting with Kemba. Now you have some shooting with Fournier. Now Derrick Rose had shot 50% from 3 in the playoffs. He shot pretty well from 3-point line. Now Burks, IQ. Now the Knicks are starting to have some shooting with the guys that can drive with, Derrick can drive and kick it out to Burks and quickly. I don't love and Obi. Don't forget Obi. Obi, still a first-round pick from last year. And now they brought in Quentin Grimes, so it's even more shooting. So the Knicks went from a team that was a pretty good shooting team, and now they've brought in even more shooting. And this is what's more important in the NBA right now is it's all about shooting. The Knicks were a pretty solid shooting team. Now you get Quentin Grimes, Fournier, Kemba. Those are great shooters the Knicks can add with IQ, with RJ's progressing 3-point shot. Obviously you're not going to get any offense from the center position, either with Mitch or Noel. They're just there to provide some defense. Exactly, man. The Knicks bench looks nice, man. They got a really good 10-man rotation, and it's deep. They brought back Taj Gibson. I just totally forgot that they brought Taj back. He could play some backup power forward, some backup center as an extra veteran big. But I do like how this team is a mixture of young players with some vets. It's not all super young or super veteran, kind of like that Thibodeau system. Now that they've got some youth with Grimes and IQ and Obi, RJ, it's a good nucleus of young guys, but there also is some vets. Our ceiling is the second round, probably. I mean, that's what, hey, we didn't make out of the first round. I think it's the second round. It's slow. It's progression. I'll take a second round, elimination after a first round bounce this year. Get to the second round and then just continue to build. I mean, yes, could we have gone out and traded for Damian Lillard? Is that still on the table? Who knows? Kawhi still hasn't signed. He's not going to be a Knick, but, nobody really thought Kawhi was going to leave the Clippers. So there really was no point for the Knicks to go out and try to sign him when there was pretty much no chance he was going to come here. So, again, I've seen a lot of people hate on the Knicks offseason. Rightfully so. I mean, yes, it's not the flashiest offseason. You brought your guys back, and you've replaced Reggie Bullock with Evan Fournier. But now you've got Kemba Walker. You finally solidified the point guard position. It's the best point guard they've had in God knows how long. The Knicks have been a cesspool. What does Mets fans say? The graveyard of Knicks point guards. Now you add an all-star in Kemba Walker to come in here. Hopefully, he's one, going to be cheap. Two, he's back home. This is a guy the Knicks, could really use if he bounces back. Maybe do they sign him after the fact? That's going to be a good question. Is what do the Knicks do with Kemba? Is it just going to be a one and done, or is are they going to let him bounce back and then pay him, or is this going to be just a situation where we'll see what he does? Yeah, it's a fact. LA can offer him more money. That is a very, very true. How many years? I think Woj said it was one. It is 8 million. I think it's 1 year, $8 million, because I think he's just going to give the rest of the Knicks cap space. But we don't know how many years, because again, he has to go through waivers first. Like they did the buyout process. He has to go through waivers, and then he gets out with the Knicks. So he's not officially a Knick yet, but he has to clear waivers, and then he will sign with the Knicks after he's cleared waivers. So the deal's not going to be done for a couple days. So we'll wait for him to clear waivers, and then we'll get the official contract. I'm hoping it's 2 years. I would like it to be 2 years, but I think it's going to be a 1 year deal with Kemba, and then have to probably sign him in the offseason, which, again, the Knicks, I've seen a lot of people saying the Knicks have kind of eaten up all their cap space. They could have done a better job with their cap space. I don't know. Again, I like Sergio. What's going on, my guy? I like what they did. They overachieved last year. I've seen a lot of people say they overachieved, and we got two former Celtics. Our defense did get a bit worse. It did, but our offense did get a little bit better, and I think that's what the bigger need for the Knicks is they needed to get some more offense. And again, like Fournier and Kemba will provide. If we bring back Alfred Payton, I think Mets fan would die, and I would probably be very pissed off as well. I think this kills any chance of Alfred Payton coming back to the Knicks. God, I hope so. I mean, and there was rumors they wanted Dennis Schroeder. I think, Louis, Sergio, Boomer, who would you have preferred? Kemba Walker or Dennis Schroeder? For me, it was Kemba. To be able to get Kemba for, again, $8 million, because there was some rumors that they would trade for him. Alfred Payton, bro. Alfred Payton just sucks, man. God, why are we bringing up Alfred Payton right now? Why do we got to play? You like Warriors Otto Porter Jr.? It's all right. I mean, he's a solid ball player. There's nothing wrong with him. Just a good player. I mean, he's not a great player. He's just average NBA player. Warriors will see what they do with him. You would rather have Schroeder than Kemba, Louis? I don't see anything. And yes, what's it called? I am a Warriors fan. I like the Kemba pickup. Yeah, I love it. I think, again, it's low risk, high reward. If he flops, it's a 1 year deal, $8 million. You let him walk. If he bounces back and turns back into Kemba Walk, Charlotte Kemba, 100%. Dude is asking for so much. Who? Schroeder? Yeah, Schroeder's asking. Well, he was trying to get he turned down 4 years, $84 million from the Lakers. So he was asking for a bag, but yeah, I mean, Kemba is Kemba, again, it's 1 year, maybe 2 years, $8 million per year. So there's nothing wrong with this Kemba deal. Again, provides the Knicks finally some offense. I know the defense, like Louis said, the defense is definitely taking a step back with Fournier and Kemba. Kemba's also a smaller guard, so that's already going to be a a defensive liability. Obviously, Fournier is not the defensive guy. He's there for offense. So, again, the Knicks' problem is they needed – wait, Dennis wants up to 5 north of 100. Good luck, Schroeder. Good luck trying to get that, Dennis. That's good luck. That's all I can really say if you want to try to get that. Kemba deal is a dub. Facts, Hydra. It's 100%. It's low risk, high reward. If he sucks, he's gone at the end of the year. If he plays like Kemba Walker did, it's a big dub for the Knicks to finally get their point guard, and they can pay him. They still have, cap flexibility. Mitch is going to be a free agent, which is going to suck. Mitch is going to be a UFA next year. But again, for this year, I don't think they're a 4 seed. I do think they're a playoff team. I think teams that were behind them did get better. But I do expect the Knicks to be around that 5-6 play-in seed. I do think they will be back in the playoffs. I think they're going to be like a 4 or 5 or 6 seed, maybe a higher play-in team. But Cardiac Kemba, damn right. Welcome back, Cardiac Kemba in the building. There was no way Lonzo was going to Golden State. Golden State's got no money. There was no way that was going to happen. It was either going to be the Knicks or Chicago, and he picked Chicago because Chicago overpaid for him. So, I wanthink they're going to do great. They went and got DeMar DeRozan. So the Bulls have had a pretty good offseason, but we'll see. Lonzo's a guy I wanted the Knicks to go get, but when I think he's making north of $23 million, that's kind of a problem for me. I wasn't willing to pay him, especially when we're getting Kemba for $8 million. So, any other questions in the chat before we hop off about the Knicks? I don't want to talk about the Mets right now. I will save that. Maybe I'll hop on with Mets fan. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do that tonight. He's streaming, but I don't. Right now, any other NBA questions you guys got? Want to talk about any other signings? When Jordan Poole is goated, this motherfucker. But yeah, so again, Taj, they brought Taj. Again, the Knicks are just trying to run it back. That's all I really got to say. It's good. Could it have been better? Let's see. Bucks, Heat. Yeah, I think 100%, Louis. I think you got that right. Bucks, Heat, Nets, and Sixers finishing in the top 4. The rest is up for grabs. Yeah, 100%. I think you got to worry about the Hawks. You got to worry about now the Bulls potentially with Levine, DeMar, and Lonzo. They and Nikola Vucevic. They're gonna improve. Who else is there? Indiana's still pesky. I think we're a playoff team. I just don't think we're gonna be. I think we're gonna be a fringe 6 seed, or we're gonna be in the play-in tournament. I think the Bulls might. Again, the Bulls had a really good. They had a really good offseason. Vuce. Now they added Vuce at the deadline. Now they have Hawks, Bulls, Knicks, Celtics. Yeah, they're in that group of teams where they should be either in that 5 or battling for the 5 and 6 seeds, but probably in the play-in tournament. It's just again, it's just kind of how it is. The Knicks, got lucky. They were the 4 seed, and then they got beat by a better team in the Hawks. They had a superstar, Trae Young, and God, I hate Trae Young. But we'll see. The Warriors going to make the playoffs. Well, they better. They got Clay back. Well, Clay and Steph, and as far as they didn't trade their draft picks for a better player. Surprised they didn't add another superstar I don't even know. We'll see. We'll see what the Warriors do. But any other questions before I hop off here? Just wanted to get a little bit of NBA content on here, talking about the Knicks, and if the Knicks may continue to make moves, what happened to Julius in the playoffs? That's who knows. Some guys show up in the postseason, some don't. Julius was just one of those guys who just the moment wasn't. He couldn't step up, and what happens to the best. Some guys it happens to. And he first time being the alpha in the postseason, it just didn't work. And then I can hear the argument. Trae Young, it was the first time Trae Young was in the playoffs, but Trae Young is, I think we can all say Trae Young is a better player than Julius Randle. It just happens, man. I think Boomer, he choked. Pretty much it. It's just sometimes it happens. Now they've brought in some extra guys who can score. What do you mean? Yeah, yes, the Warriors did have a decent draft, but I thought they'd package both of their picks for an actual, an NBA, a superstar, so a good play, all-star. I didn't think they'd actually make the picks. I thought they'd trade them away for a Ben Simmons, for a Damian Lillard. I didn't think the Lakers would actually make their pick. What do we got here? Tibbs didn't change his coaching scheme. Yeah, pretty much. Again, you let Trae Young, you left Derrick Rose and Alfred Payton on Trae Young when you had Frank on the bench, which, you maybe should have had Frank in the game. He just didn't make any adjustments. Trae Young featured Knick. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. But again, who knows? Again, I thought, yeah, exactly. I didn't think the Warriors were going to make those 2 picks. I thought they'd trade them for an actual NBA player. As we got Mets fan in the building talking Knicks. What is up, my guys? Talking about something positive for a second, for a difference over the last
Yeah,
couple of
why
days.
not? Fucking Kemba, man, let's go. I mean, like, I did not see that coming. I thought they were done. I thought they loaded up the cap, and I thought they were done.
Yeah.
And that's freaking awesome. I mean, anything is an upgrade from Alfred Payton. So I'm okay. You know, Alfred Payton's a freaking terrorist, and I'm glad he's gone. I can't. Let me actually adjust this so I don't have a OCD breakdown.
OCD breakdown. Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah, I'm glad. I can't. I couldn't deal with if I had to deal with another season of Alfred Payton. I was gonna lose my fucking mind. I had to see him for 72 games. I think I'm done.
And the year before, and don't forget the year before.
Oh yeah, and the year before too. I mean, the year before I wasn't expecting anything. I mean, it was just basically just a hangover of thinking we were gonna get Katie or Kyrie.
No.
And then you end up with Julius Randle, but Randle was good this year, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Leon Rose has done an incredible job. I'm happy what he's done. Peyton's a future Shanghai Shark. Get out of here.
But yeah, like you said, this was I didn't hear the buyout coming, and all I do is I wake up this morning, go on Instagram, and there's a jersey swap with Julius, Kemba, and RJ. I'm like, what just happened? I'm like, what did we just trade? And they're like, it's a buyout. It's a 1-year deal for $8 million.
I woke up, the first notification I see on my phone, I see the Knicks will give Kemba $8 million. I'm like, what? I was like, offering him $8 million. I was like, okay, they're just offering him a contract. No, he actually just signed with the Knicks. I was like, wait, what? This actually can happen? This can happen? Because like every star that you see with the Knicks, you're like, okay, yeah, they have mutual interest.
And it never goes anywhere.
I'm sure they do. But I mean, they built a great experienced backcourt with Kemba and Fournier. I like that. Fournier. Yeah. And then RJ, I'm so glad they're gonna move him to the 3. That is, I'm so happy because he's strong enough to move like a small forward, and just keep the ball out of Randall's hands. You know, not for like 80,000 times. I mean, there were some times where like he had to touch the ball. Just don't wear him out.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't wear him out. Like, just don't wear out Julius Randle. That's all I ask for, because I mean, he was great last year, but you cannot wear him out like that. I mean, the guy freaking grinded his ass off last year. So, all right, let's go, man. I mean, let's fucking go, Kemba. I like that. He's returning home, and I hope he has a nice little bounce back season.
Yeah, again, that's and good. I think the chat was saying that, like, yes, you got better offensively, but you lost a lot of defense with Bullock and Payton gone. As much as we hate Alfred Payton.
Yeah, he's he's a lot of pretty much everybody's a better defender than Kemba Walker. Yes,
and Fournier, that you lost a little bit of defense in the backcourt, but you did get better offensively. I think that's what I've said that the Knicks.
Some of these guys they drafted though, I think are good.
3 and Grimes is going to be nasty, but
and not to mention you have one of the best defensive coaches money can freaking buy. So I'm not worried about that. Yeah, it's a little bit of a loss because I wanted to bring back Reggie Bullock, but they did bring back a lot more of the veteran guys. I'm so glad they brought back Rose. I'm so glad they brought back Noel. I was expecting Noel to get some like freaking loaded pay somewhere else, but they didn't. Same thing with Alec Burks. I did not expect him to come back, but
yeah, $10 million.
There you go. What a Leon Rose investment, I'll tell you, Alec Burks.
Yeah, again,
I mean, we have a loaded roster now. I mean, we do have a loaded roster. This is deep. This is deep. Yeah, I like it. I mean,
because now you move RJ to the 3. We don't know who's going to play the 3 and the 2. If it's going to be Fournier at the 3 or if it's going to be RJ. I think you move RJ to the 3. But then, you got now a bench backcourt, a bench mop kind of. D Rose and IQ, Burks, Obi, and now, depending who starts between Mitch and Noel, Gibson's still around. They brought in, Quentin Grimes. That kid Luka Doncic is a Knick. I forgot what's his name. The guy they signed, Luka Dojovic or something like that. He could potentially be something. Big McBride they drafted. They drafted another big out of Texas.
Hey, no Obi slander. Chill out. Chill out.
No.
Chill out, man. No, Obi can jump high. We like him. He can jump high.
And think about it. If we have shooters, Obi can just sit in the paint and just go for hoops. He doesn't have to be in the goddamn corner every time. Like that
he
was
takes
the
himself away from the play. Although, I mean, the Knicks have such a good second unit now that I love that. I love that they have second unit, so they don't have to overtire guys. I mean, Tibbs, he's probably going to give most of the minutes to RJ and Randall
100%.
and completely destroy them. But like, yeah, I like this Grimes dude too. I've been watching him shoot on YouTube.
Got a beautiful release. Beautiful shot.
I can't wait until Quickly and Grimes get into 3-point contests when the team's like up by 40 in one game or something. They just go crazy. The two of them off the bench. Crazy.
But again,
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and it gives the Knicks flexibility that there's actually now going to be spacing in this starting lineup where RJ and Julius can facilitate the ball, but now they have shooters they can pass to. RJ can kick it out to Kemba or kick it out to Fournier, where he's not kicking out to goddamn Alfred Payton. Like
I also think Kemba is such a perfect point guard for Mitch as well. So he can work on pick and roll game with him.
Yeah.
Because Mitch, we all know, does not have the best offensive game. He never has. But maybe he could help him out there. I'm glad they actually got somebody that can be the general of the floor. I was talking about this with my dad yesterday about how like it looks like they're completely saying, okay, Randall is the guy to run the floor. Randall's the guy to run the floor, the point forward type of special type of thing. And then we get Kemba, and I'm like, okay, great, let's go.
Let's go.
I mean, that's great. Ooh, Miles Turner. That's interesting.
Because now with Mitch taking the qualifying offer this offseason, making him a UFA, could you? And I think Miles Turner, has an extra couple years left on his deal. He signed with Indy. And he can shoot. He's a big that can shoot. Has a decent outside shot with the rim protector. Kind of feels that like it's an upgraded Nerlens Noel where he's a rim protector, but he can provide you some offensive value. I'm not against that. Maybe Mitch would have to go the other way, but I'm not against a Miles Turner on the Knicks. It does give us even more spacing.
I like the thought of it only because of Mitch's health.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously Taj and Noel held it down so well when he came out, but like if they can get an extra big man, I mean, Miles Turner, he's athletic enough where he could play the 4 if you need him to, if Toppin struggles off the bench, or if you need him for extra minutes. I mean, I'd be fine with that. Noel's a guy. You have tons of guys that are come off the bench who also can start too. So you have like a 10 set of guys who all can start, which I like.
And the media doesn't say anything about that. They're still trolling. Goes, oh, you're overpaid. Alec Burks and what's it called? All right, but don't actually look at the next.
The Fournier was definitely an overpay. It was definitely an overpay.
I'm seeing it as a 3-year, $58 million. He sucks. He's in the 4th year. He's going. That's how I see it. It's not a Julius Randle where it's 1+1, but it's kind of you got a couple
paid
years
less than DeRozan, which
exactly
really shouldn't have. So like, I don't know. Like people, there were some players that were getting paid the last few days, and good for them. I don't.
I mean, I want Lonzo
got paid.
Jesus
Lonzo
Christ.
freaking got paid. I'll tell you. Lonzo got paid. Curry got paid.
Well, Curry, you knew Curry was.
Trey got paid. I'm glad he got paid.
Are you sure about that?
Tons of Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, he's a good basketball player. Fournier. What's wrong with Fournier? Man?
He doesn't like Louis. Has not liked Fournier, but
he's a shooter.
Is a shooter. Again? Probably Mitch would have to go the other way, and maybe a couple. Maybe maybe 1 first and a couple of second-round picks because the Knicks have stocked so many seconds. Where you're gonna have to give up at least 1 first going the other way. But maybe instead of giving up a second first, maybe give up a couple seconds. Maybe Kevin Knox gets moved in that deal too. Who knows? Yeah,
I just did not think that they were gonna actually like try and add on to it. And they said like They said like, okay, great year here, great buildings, but what are they going to actually continue and actually try to like pursue an actual good team? And they did it. I was surprised. I thought Evan Fournier was your big free agent signing, and you were just going to go, that's it.
Run it back.
Last year, I mean, we didn't really splash much last year. I'm pretty sure Alec Burks was our biggest signing, was he?
Yeah, pretty much.
Was Alec Burks our big signing?
Pretty him. Yeah, it was pretty much just Burks. It was him, Noel. Who else was in that? Yeah, I think it was Burks, Noel, and
Bullock came
Payton.
back. He came back.
Same thing with
Alfred Payton. Yeah, there you go. I'm just to be honest, I've used to trash Kemba a lot because of his defense, but like and his defense isn't that good, but like he's a great scorer, and I think he's going to be perfect in this Tibbs system. I'm just glad to get rid of that fucking war criminal, dude. I can't deal with him anymore. He's so frustrating to watch. He wasn't just bad. Terrible. He just made everyone terrible. He was just awful, terrible. I'm glad he's gone.
And then D Rose came. He's like, "I'm gonna be an offensive point guard." Like, no, that's not your role. Stop fucking going to the rim. Stop throwing up layups. You suck. All right, Louis keeps bringing this up. Instead of Fournier, he would have preferred Kelly Oubre Jr. Didn't he just? Didn't he go to Washington? Where did Oubre go? The one thing with Oubre's shot is so inconsistent. Like, where Fournier, he is a better pure shooter, and he can provide and make buckets off his own dribble. He doesn't.
I just thought he was going to be a main option, and he's not. So
now he's the
going
third,
to be
fourth option.
Yeah, here's how you see it. It's going to be Kemba. Kemba is your first option, most likely, unless they want to kind of like restrict him a little bit, and then you're going to have Randall and then RJ. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And even what's his name's going to get more touches than Fournier is probably going to be just a around the screen type of shooter. I mean, obviously he's probably going to take that Bullock role, but considering he's getting paid a little bit more, I don't know. But
and you know Derek's going to get his, and you know IQ's going to get his. What do you got?
Yes, it looks like Oubre is still with the Warriors.
He resigned. I thought he signed with the. I thought I saw Woj put something out that he signed with like. Huh.
Oh, he's with the Suns.
The Suns. Oh no! Whoa.
Oh no! What? Warriors.
Okay. I mean, with the thing with Oubre, his shot is so inconsistent. When he's hot, again, he's one of these guys where I know Mets fan doesn't like that word in baseball.
He's a streaky guy, man.
He's a streaky guy.
No, I mean streakiness can happen. It's just Michael Conforto's not streaky.
This was not a base. We're not talking about misery. We're talking about happiness right now.
Well, that's what I'm. Oh yeah, this is not misery, but we'll talk about happiness in a few hours when I'm live for the game. So
I'm gonna try to stop by tonight to see how you feel. I
need you to tame Hayden because last night he got crazy.
I'm gonna need you to tame Hayden. That's my job. But yeah,
would have liked Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson was gonna leave Miami,
and he got paid. Didn't he get paid too?
He did get paid. Yeah.
Don't pull it. Oh god, what happened? Oh, I'm guessing the Mets did some because I'm seeing you put some in the chat or whatever, and then Frank's bumping in. Okay, so Oubre hasn't signed. If they're gonna lose all their, if you can move Kevin Knox, I mean, don't they still have the mid-level, or are they gonna use that on Kemba?
I think they're giving Knox one more chance. It seems like they're giving Knox one. I mean, they probably should. I mean, what is the risk? I mean, at best, he's going to be like the 9th scoring option on this team.
Not even the rotation at this point.
I think as long as they find, I mean, bring in whatever you need to, but as long as they stay under the tax, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm okay not stockpiling superstars.
Not yet.
And Oubre's no superstar, so let's be real for a second. 20. I'm trying to see their payroll. I think they're pretty sure
they're not over. They haven't gone to luxury tax in a minute. This Melo was here the last night.
Yeah. 71 million in luxury tax space right now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
the cap room. I know they already.
They use all the cap space. Yeah.
Yeah, the cap space is already Cap space, they have 14 million left in cap space, it looks like.
Yeah.
Like,
do you want to talk about any other NBA stuff? I know there was a decision made yesterday that it was between us and the Lakers, and a certain individual went and played with his body out in the West Coast. You want to talk about that? I know that's your boy.
It's okay. Here's how I see it. If this was his last season, I would want him to come back. But I don't think this is his last season. I think it's probably like his first and then second and third. Like, you're gonna have like 3 more years of him. I don't think he's gonna retire with LeBron, but he'll retire like a few years before him. Okay. But no, I need him to retire as a Knick. I don't need him on the Knicks right now. It would have been nice to have him back. I mean, I would love him back in the Garden, but like, hey, it's whatever. That's my favorite player ever, but like, it's got to be his last year though. He's got to retire in New York. He belongs in New York. But to be honest, when I mean by retirement in New York, retire in New York, he'll probably go to the Nets. So
he'll go play with the Nets. Jesus.
He'll go play with the Nets as per usual. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know. I love Melo, but it's whatever. I don't know. I think once you saw that they brought in all these wings,
yeah.
And then they also got that other guy, I forget. Okay. They brought back, you saw they brought back Alec Burks. You saw they gave Knox another chance. You saw they brought in Fournier. It's just Melo probably would not have fit on this roster. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't, it's whatever. It sucks, but
I saw, I'm like, damn, he picked the damn Lakers. Louis brings it, okay, I did see this from on a bunch of Knicks report. I think Bagley said this, that none took less money to go to the Lakers than sign with the Knicks. I have no problem with that. I know we meme Colin Cowherd, but he did say something on his show today that I thought was actually intelligent for once. You think who are the 2 best executives in the NBA?
Jerry West,
Bob Myers from Golden State, and Pat Riley. They both.
Leon Rose.
Well, maybe. We'll give it a second before we put on that.
He's already got a fucking Hall of Fame ticket, if I'm concerned, dude. Have you seen some of the executives we've had in New York? This is amazing. This is revolutionary.
We're getting all-stars for $8 million. That's how good it is.
Awesome.
But so like I was saying, Bob Myers and Pat Riley, 2 of the best executives in the league, have thrown Kendrick Nunn away. That shows you something. The 2 of the best executives in the league have let him go. Not like, no big deal. And who knows what the money with the Knicks would have been? He took 1 year, $5 million to the Lakers. It doesn't bother me, and now especially getting Kemba Walker. Like, Kendrick Nunn or Kemba, give me Kemba.
Yeah.
That's just how
so the Thunder have really just recycled so many point guards just for draft picks. Like that's crazy. They steamrolled through Russell Westbrook. They casted off Chris Paul.
Now Kemba.
They went to like, God, I feel bad for Shea right now, but like,
he's next, Wags.
It's going to be a while until you actually form like a fully developed team with those draft picks. But I don't know. We're not talking about the Thunder right now.
Jesus.
The Thunder have amazing scouting, so I
100%.
You got to watch out for them, but like, it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
Anyways, Knicks. Kemba Walker MVP this season easily.
Quentin Grimes Rookie of the Year.
Quentin Grimes Rookie of the Year. I also like that center they brought in too.
Yeah, with Jericho Sims, I think his name is. Yeah. Again, whoa, watch out! Oh, here we go. Throw the camera. But yeah, with Mitch being a free agent, he probably will get something at least some minutes. Worth noting. Well, here we go. What's his? Ooh, there you go. Big boy. No, Louis out here dropping all the facts. Average 28
dimes,
games.
4 dimes.
Dimes. Those are assists, my friend.
Dimes.
Dimes. So, I mean, Again, I am all for this. Like I have to continue to say, it's low risk, high reward for the Knicks. Yes, does it probably gonna have to pay him at next year if he balls out? And do you want to give Kemba Walker another max deal? We'll see. You know,
What is Kemba getting? I forget.
I think he's getting the remainder of the Knicks cap. It's like $8 million for this year.
Okay.
Because he's getting. I think he's gonna get.
He's willing to take that and willing to come to the Knicks. Are things changing? Is that what you're telling me?
No,
That's
but
crazy, dude.
I think because he's probably gonna get. He probably told the Thunder, okay, give me my $37 million this year, and I'll give 80% of it back next year. That's probably what his buyout is. So he's probably gonna get paid $37 million from the OKC this year. The Knicks are gonna pay him $8 million. He's like, yeah, I go to the Knicks. I'll come home.
Luca Vildoza is the guy's name.
Vildoza, that's his name. Yes, that's his name. Like
They're could still be paying Joakim Noah.
Stop positivity here. We're not.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at their full-on
cap
thing right now. I'm getting very. I think that luxury tax should stay for the trade deadline.
Yep.
71 million. I mean, they'll be able to take on a good contract in the trade deadline if they can get some draft picks out of it as well. But I'm happy with what we've done. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. So I'm happy. Spencer Dinwiddie signed. Didn't he go to? He went to Chicago, right?
No, I don't know where he went. He was still a free agent as of the recording.
Like everybody's been going to Chicago.
Debouche. 3 years, $62 million. Where are you seeing that? Let's see. Woj put that out. Woj or Shams?
Oh man, we turned Alfred Payton and Reggie Bullock into Kemba Walker. I love it, man. I love it.
Oh, you got worse defensively. To the Wizards. Fact, I think I did saw that the other day. He was going to
the Wizards.
To the Wizards
nice.
to go be Russell Westbrook's replacement. The Lakers. Who's gonna stop the Lakers? The 3-point line. So, any other last second thoughts as we get a little first kind of NBA content on the channel? Anything else you want to add, Mets fan?
Leon Rose, Executive of the Year. Stream tonight during the Mets game. We're gonna experience even more pain. I figured yesterday that I might as well just start streaming and get some content over it. And
pretty much.
That's about it. Mets Weekly tomorrow on Frank's channel. 7 o'clock as per usual. And yeah, that's about all I gotta say. Whatever you gotta say, you gotta say.
Shit. So pretty much, I might stop by on Mets fan stream for a little bit. Maybe after the game, I will continue to whoop all of you 12-year-olds in MLB The Show. That's going to get clipped out of context, 100%. Most of the stuff. Maybe I'll do a stream tonight, a little MLB, playing you guys in the league. Maybe I'll get Mets fan to play some MLB The Show tonight. Maybe I'll try to bully him into playing some MLB.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
He's sure. So obviously, go check out
Mets. 3 years too late on that, man.
Bro, 4K exposed. Here you go. I'm just gonna get thrown in jail. What's new? So thank you guys for watching. We should give Mets fan a sub. Subscribe to me if you want. Probably some more NBA content because the less I get to talk about the Mets right now, the better. How more content's coming? Hockey, NBA, Giants. Obviously, go check out Meadowland Madness episode 3 on Big Apple Banter Media. Did that live from a Springfield Cardinals game. So audio was a little bad, but still got that out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Let's go Knicks.